Do you want to experience a full hour of fascinating facts? Welcome to a complete hour of mind-blowing curiosities. Before we begin, I ask you something very simple. Like the video, subscribe to Zarpado, and turn on notifications so you do not miss any fun facts. Let's start right now. Here comes something big. In Kentucky, there is a life-size replica of Noah's Ark built with more than 3 million board feet of wood. It is about 1.5 American football fields long. Standing in front of that massive wooden giant creates pure awe and makes you reflect on human limits. Sea-bright chickens are a British breed from the 19th century with golden feathers edged in perfect black. They are not raised for eggs or meat, but purely for ornamental beauty. Saffron. They are so elegant they look like jeweled creatures walking down a runway. They look like feathered jewelry parading through a high fashion show. Pay attention. Some robot vacuums map your home while they clean. They scan every corner collecting data about furniture and home size. Companies can infer your income level and habits. What looks like a harmless appliance could cost you your privacy. What seems harmless might already be quietly taking it from you. Each color of industrial grease is a technical code. Red handles high heat, blue resists water, black supports extreme loads, and white is food grade. Green is biodegradable for agricultural use. It is not aesthetic, it is engineering speaking through color. Pure engineering expressed in color to protect machines and people in demanding environments. The HoloLens 2 is an augmented reality headset that tracks your eyes and hands with surgical precision. You simply look at an object and select it as if your gaze had power. It is used in everything from surgery to industrial design. Your eyes command, your hands create, and your digital world obeys. Hold on, because during the Ming Dynasty, a teapot was created with 2 hidden compartments to serve tea and poison from the same spout. Neither taste nor smell revealed the poison. Afterward, the teapot remained clean with no evidence. Some still exist in Chinese museums. These objects remain as reminders of cruelty hidden behind elegance. Vervet monkeys in Africa have a bright electric blue scrotum that signals social status. The more vibrant the blue, the higher the rank. If they lose dominance, the color fades. It is not pigment, but structural coloration, the same effect that makes the sky blue. In these primates, power does not need words or fights to be seen. The blue-footed booby walks clumsily on land, but dives from the sky at 60 miles per hour to catch fish. The blue color of its feet comes from carotenoids in its diet, and the brighter the blue, the more attractive it is for mating. It is proof that appearances deceive, and clumsiness does not define real ability. Here is a shocking fact. The arapaima of the Amazon grows up to 10 feet long, weighs 440 pounds, and has scales strong enough to resist piranha bites. It has a bony toothed tongue and must breathe air by surfacing. It is considered a living fossil from millions of years ago, an ancient aquatic relic that still dominates freshwater ecosystems. When the largest flying animal in history was Quetzalcoatlus northropi, a pterosaur with a wingspan of up to 40 feet. It lived 68 million years ago, weighed 550 pounds, and could launch into flight with a powerful leap from its hind legs. Sharing the sky with that giant would have been terrifying for any human. MRI machines use magnets so powerful they can pull metal objects like projectiles at high speed. If you enter with a ring or scissors, they can fly off and cause serious injury. What looks like a quiet hospital room is actually an invisible magnetic danger zone. Brad Pitt appears eating in almost all of his movies, and it is not accidental. He does it intentionally to make his characters feel more real and human. In Ocean's 11, he ate in 7 different scenes, and in Troy, he chews while planning war. There is even a YouTube channel dedicated entirely to compiling his eating scenes. In Potens, Portugal, the wildest carnival in the country takes place, and it is recognized by UNESCO. The curios run through the streets, wearing suits covered in bells, performing an ancient Celtic ritual. Social order is completely reversed and all rules are broken. It is a raw, ancestral energy that still lives on after centuries. Can you believe there is an electric flying taxi that reaches 200 miles per hour and is as quiet as a modern vacuum cleaner. It produces no emissions, avoids traffic, and has a range of 100 miles. It is already designed to be part of future urban transport, even if it is not in your app yet. Few people know this, but there is an electric surfboard that does not need waves or wind. Once you turn on the hidden motor, keep your balance and glide at high speed across the water. Perfect for lakes and calm bays. Surfing now obeys a power button instead of the weather. La Plata was founded in 1882 with a perfectly planned layout. It combines a grid with diagonal avenues and plazas every 6 blocks. From above, it looks like a chessboard with perfect symmetry. Urban planners around the world study it as a model. It proves that organization can also be beautiful. The bullet ant of South America has the most painful sting on the planet, according to the Schmidt Index. Its venom contains ponerotoxin, which causes burning pain for up to 24 hours with no relief. Amazonian tribes use it in rituals where young people must wear gloves filled with these ants to prove bravery. A tiny creature capable of causing the worst pain imaginable. Many ancient statues from Egypt and Rome have their noses deliberately broken. Invaders believe breaking the nose removed the soul and symbolic power. A statue without a nose stopped representing authority. It was a form of silent warfare against historical memory. A silent act of war against historical memory that reveals how power struggles shaped the ancient world. Smart high heels that hide the heel in seconds and transform into casual shoes already exist. You go to a party dance, and when you cannot take it anymore, the heel disappears like magic. The design is elegant and functional, ideal for people who want style without sacrificing comfort. Japanese katsuobushi is a fish so hard it feels like solid wood. It is boiled smoked for weeks, dried and fermented with mold for months. It can only be shaved with a special tool. Its flakes seem to move on hot food due to heat, a traditional food that takes 6 months to make and completely transforms any Japanese dish. In South Korea, some people voluntarily lock themselves in simulated prisons to escape stress. Real cells, strict schedules, and no technology. Many say it helps them value freedom. In a world that moves so fast, even a cell can provide mental peace. The Mi-26 is the largest helicopter in the world, with a length of 131 feet and 2 engines producing 11,400 horsepower each. It can carry 20 tons while taking off vertically. It has lifted trucks and entire houses, a flying crane built for war, a flying beast built for war that later saved lives in impossible rescue missions. It may sound crazy, but in Montevideo, there is a museum with a 73-second simulator that recreates the Andes crash. Each second represents 1 day of survival at -4 degrees Fahrenheit. It displays original objects and real testimonies from survivors. An experience that leaves you frozen and directly connected to an unbelievable survival story. It sounds like science fiction, but there is a portable reverse osmosis filter that removes bacteria, viruses, and heavy metals from water without electricity. It can purify 140 liters and feels like carrying a treatment plant in your backpack. Perfect for expeditions and natural disasters. The white-cheeked turaco of Africa produces pigments called turacoverdine and turricin that are unique in the entire animal kingdom. It has a vibrant green body and hidden crimson wing patches. No other living being has these pigments, a living anomaly that scientists still study to understand how these colors evolve. The classic soccer ball design with white panels and black hexagons was created to be more visible on black and white televisions. This allowed viewers to follow its movement more easily during matches. An icon of global sport born from a technological need. A glass bridge in China was hit with sledgehammers on camera to prove its strength. It resisted the impact without breaking. The demonstration showed that walking over a transparent drop hundreds of feet high can be safe despite the fear. A test that proved fear does not always match reality. In China, a type of sandal went viral because it allows people to walk on wet glass without slipping. Stores demonstrate it by having people walk on soapy surfaces without falling. They are ideal for elderly people in wet work environments. Extreme safety under your feet that can prevent serious accidents in a simple way. This might surprise you. Apple launched its own clothing line in 1986 with shirts and sweatshirts full of 80s style. It failed commercially, but today those items are worth fortunes among collectors. A business failure that turned into a vintage treasure decades later. There is an autonomous robotic bicycle that balances, jumps obstacles, and performs flips without human control. It uses reinforcement learning to improve on its own. It does not follow a fixed script, but decides how to move depending on the environment as if it had instinct. A fascinating glimpse into a future where robots move with lifelike behavior. Here is a powerful fact. In China, a brain-to-leg system allowed a paralyzed man to walk again. It uses artificial intelligence to decode brain signals, bypassing the damaged spinal cord. The brain sends commands and the legs respond in milliseconds. Pure medical history happening in real time. When it's hard to believe, but in Costa Rica, there are stone spheres more than 1,000 years old, carved without metal or machines. Some exceed 6 feet in diameter and weigh several tons. No one knows their purpose or how they were transported. They are a World Heritage mystery. Perfect stones that still guard their secrets after centuries. It sounds unreal, but Firefly Aerospace successfully landed on the moon with its Blue Ghost module. The achievement was historic, making it the second private company to do so. The entire descent and first minutes on the lunar surface were recorded. The moon is becoming closer than ever. In Hue, Vietnam, cemeteries look like palaces with temples and lakes. The An Bang Cemetery has tombs that resemble colorful mansions with dragons and towers. Families compete to build the most impressive tomb because honoring the dead is eternal pride. In this city, death becomes art and grandeur carved in stone. Some sharks lay spiral-shaped eggs like a corkscrew that wrap around coral and rocks. This shape prevents them from being swept away by currents. The capsule is thick and resistant, protecting the embryo. An incredibly creative natural incubation system. Margins on pages were not invented for aesthetics, but to protect text from rats. In ancient times, rodents chewed the edges of paper in libraries. Scribes left empty space so only the margins would be eaten. What we call design today started as a clever defense. Paul Alexander lived more than 70 years inside an iron lung after contracting polio as a child. He earned a Guinness record. Despite physical limitations, he studied and became a lawyer. He passed away on March 11, 2024 at 78 years old, leaving a powerful lesson of resilience. His life proved that human spirit can overcome devastating circumstances. Anna taught Microsoft Word by drawing the entire interface with chalk on a board because he had no computers. His effort went viral and his school later received donated computers. An inspiring example of passion for education overcoming limitations. Kabaddi is an Asian sport where you invade the opponent field and tag players without breathing. The attacker repeats the word Kabaddi while holding their breath. It is extremely popular in India, with professional leagues and stadiums full of fans. Pure intensity where strength, lung capacity, and strategy define every second. Sea bunnies, despite their adorable name, are actually toxic sea slugs measuring less than 1 inch. They use sensory antennae to move and detect their surroundings underwater. Their cute appearance is completely misleading because their venom makes them dangerous to other marine animals. If you ever get trapped inside a car, you can use the headrest to break a window. You remove it and use the metal prongs to strike the glass hard in a corner. It is a simple emergency technique that could save your life in an extreme situation inside a vehicle. You might be surprised to learn that pedestrian crossings have existed for nearly 2,000 years. In Pompeii, the Romans placed raised stone blocks to cross streets filled with mud and waste. They were spaced so carts could pass between them. Every time you cross a street, you are using a Roman invention. A solution so brilliant it has survived for millennia with almost no changes. There is a robot designed by Stanley Robotics that parks cars with millimeter precision without humans. It lifts, moves, and positions vehicles without a single scratch. It is already used in airports and smart parking facilities. Everything is controlled from an app, and the future of parking already has wheels and sensors. Drinking too much water can kill you. It is called hyponatremia and happens when you dilute your body's sodium until cells swell, including the brain. In extreme cases, it causes seizures, coma, or death. It has happened in marathons and water drinking contests, a medical truth that surprises many because water is usually seen as harmless. Did you know that Lake Baikal is the deepest lake in the world at 5,387 feet and also the oldest at 30 million years? It continues to grow by about 1 inch per year and contains more than 1,700 unique species, including the Nerpa, the only freshwater seal on Earth, a natural wonder that continues to amaze visitors. The Jumping Frog Jubilee in California is a frog jumping competition where you cannot touch the frogs with your hands. You can only encourage them with shouts or taps on the ground. There is a $20,000 prize for breaking the record. It became famous thanks to Mark Twain, an absurd yet fascinating event that attracts thousands every year. It will blow your mind to know that the giant doll from Squid Game also exists in real life in a museum in South Korea. When after the success of the series, it became a global tourist attraction. Thousands visit it to relive the eerie red light, green light scene. An electric car can drive upside down thanks to turbines that generate suction of more than 4,400 pounds. It literally sticks to the ceiling, defying gravity. It is one of the most extreme vehicles ever created, breaking the limits of conventional physics. One of the most extreme machines ever built, challenging everything we thought possible. In Belgium, there is a restaurant completely underwater where you must wear diving gear to reach your table. You eat submerged, surrounded by bubbles and aquatic silence. Probably one of the most unusual dining experiences in Europe. Listen to this. Washrenoria nicolifera from the Philippines accumulates 1,000 times more nickel than normal plants. In New Caledonia, a tree has turquoise blue sap because it is 25% nickel. Scientists use these plants to clean soil contaminated by mining, a green revolution that helps restore damaged land. Air curtains at store entrances create an invisible barrier that keeps indoor temperature stable and prevents insects from entering. They feel like a light breeze when you walk through. They help reduce energy consumption without most people noticing. An invisible solution that saves energy. This is incredible. The Pia train pig looks like a bodybuilder with massive legs and a defined back. It is not training but a natural genetic mutation that creates huge muscles with very little fat. Its meat is highly valued, but the animal is more sensitive to stress. It may not win beauty contests, but in muscle it stands in a league of its own. In Maryland, the official state sport is jousting with lances on horseback. It is practiced with modern rules and lots of spectacle. Participants train horses and balance strength with precision. Proof that sometimes the past rides alongside the present. It may sound unbelievable, but pizza was born as poor food in Naples between the 15th and 17th centuries. It was flat bread with tomato, garlic, and salt sold on the street. Everything changed in 1889 when Raphael Esposito prepared one for Queen Margherita of Italy. A humble dish that conquered the world. Kanzi is a bonobo that recognizes more than 200 human words and responds to complex instructions. He has used tools without prior training. His case changed how science understands primate intelligence, a true genius that shows how advanced animal minds can be. It may sound crazy, but there is a machine that simulates skiing all year without mountains, cold, or snow. It recreates slopes, obstacles, and speed without moving from one place. Perfect for training or feeling like you are in the Alps, while it is 104 degrees outside. There is a giant automated kite that helps move real ships, reducing fuel consumption by up to 20%. It uses wind with robotic precision like a modern sail, an invention that feels like science fiction but is helping the planet every day. The marine iguana of the Galapagos Islands is the only lizard that swims in the ocean. It dives up to 33 feet, slows its heart to save oxygen, and sneezes salt through its nose. It exists nowhere else on Earth, a unique creature that rewrote the rules of evolution. In 1992, 30,000 rubber ducks fell into the ocean when a container spilled. They have appeared on beaches in Alaska, Scotland, and the Arctic. Scientists use them to study ocean currents, a floating toy that became a scientific tool. You will want to share this. A heart transplant in the United States can cost up to $1,660,000. A kidney transplant around $446,000. Most of the cost is not the organ, but the medical infrastructure and lifelong treatment. Extreme medicine, where a second chance at life has a massive price. A wireless laser projector can display images like animated characters following your car or motorcycle at night. This fun and accessible technology turns any night ride into a unique visual experience, a creative way to use lasers with style. Water buffalo enter water not for fun, but to avoid overheating. They cannot sweat and their dark skin absorbs heat. Without spending hours submerged, they can suffer fatal heat stress. They also feed on aquatic plants others cannot reach. A brilliant survival strategy. The Shami goat from Syria has a long face and large ears that make it look unusual. However, it produces extremely rich milk, and in some countries it can be worth more than a car. It has won international competitions for its genetics. Proof that real value is not always about appearance. You will not believe this, but the first Christian saint was a criminal. Demas was crucified alongside Jesus and asked for forgiveness in his final moments. He became a saint without rituals or intermediaries. Today, he is the patron of prisoners and those seeking redemption. His story shows it is never too late to change. Here is something incredible. Albino buffalo can cost between $50,000 and more than $100,000. And their white skin comes from a mutation that prevents melanin production. In Asia, they are considered sacred. However, they are very sensitive to sunlight and suffer skin problems throughout their lives. An animal that looks like it came from an ancient legend, but is completely real and extremely valuable. China manufactured a seamless steel ring weighing 150 tons and measuring 51 feet in diameter without a single weld. It is used to support fourth-generation nuclear reactors where even one weak joint would be catastrophic. A world record in metallurgical engineering that shows extreme precision manufacturing. Here is a striking fact. A robotic kitchen created by Robotics prepares gourmet dishes automatically. It controls ingredients, temperature, and plating. It is like having a Michelin-level chef hidden in a drawer. You just choose the recipe and it cooks without complaint. It never forgets ingredients and never gets tired like a human chef. There are smart toothbrushes that track your brushing habits and send the data directly to your dentist. They analyze duration, frequency, and neglected areas of your mouth. Technology has reached your bathroom and now observes your daily routine. Technology is now part of even the most personal habits. China built a nuclear fusion reactor known as an artificial sun that reaches more than 270 million degrees Fahrenheit. Unlike fission fusion, produces no long-lived waste and uses hydrogen from seawater. If perfected, it could generate clean, unlimited energy, a small sun inside a lab that could transform humanity's energy future. The Great Wall of China took more than 2,300 years to build and stretches 13,170 miles. More than 1 million people died during its construction. It cannot be seen from space, which is a myth, but it remains the longest human-made structure in history, a project that lasted over 20 centuries and left a permanent mark on Earth. Did you know that the Black Hornet 4 is a micro-military drone that fits in the palm of your hand? It has thermal and night vision, uses artificial intelligence to detect threats and flies almost silently. It looks like a toy, but it is elite technology used in real operations. In 2025, 3 wolves were born with genetics from an extinct dire wolf through gene editing. The project by Colossal Biosciences partially revived traits from a species that disappeared thousands of years ago. It has sparked a major ethical debate about bringing extinct species back, a breakthrough that raises deep questions about the limits of science. It sounds like a joke, but the creator of Pac-Man was inspired by a pizza missing a slice. Seeing the incomplete circle led to the idea of a character that never stops eating. That simple moment created one of the most iconic games in history. Creativity can come from the most ordinary moments. Did you know that in Alhama de Aragon, there is the largest thermal lake in Europe? Its water stays between 82 and 89 degrees Fahrenheit all year. It has been used since Roman times to relieve muscle pain, a unique natural phenomenon where the body relaxes completely. Modern smart refrigerators have touch screens, internal cameras, and artificial intelligence connected to Wi-Fi. They tell you what ingredients you have, suggest recipes, and warn when food is about to expire. But they also track your consumption habits, which could be used as data. Convenience and surveillance now exist in the same device. Imagine a robotic aquatic machine that patrols lakes and ports, cleaning floating waste using artificial intelligence. It detects, collects debris, and monitors water quality autonomously. It is like a water vacuum with environmental awareness. The future of clean oceans may depend on machines like this. Here is something amazing. A floating wind turbine called pivot buoy rotates freely at sea like a robotic sunflower. It captures strong offshore winds and generates large-scale clean energy, and this technology could power entire cities without using land space. The blue dragon is a marine mollusk that floats upside down and stores toxins from jellyfish to use as defense. It measures less than 1 inch and has a bright blue wing-like body. A tiny creature that proves that in the ocean, venom and beauty can go together. The injury of Madagascar produces deep calls that can be heard for miles. It is monogamous and raises one offspring at a time. It is critically endangered due to deforestation. Losing it would mean silencing one of the oldest voices of the forest. Have you ever heard that smartwatches can be wrong by up to 93% when calculating calories? They use general formulas that ignore metabolism and muscle mass. If your watch says 500 calories, it might actually be closer to 200. Oh, they are useful as a guide, but not absolute truth. Did you know that an underwater scooter with dual propellers can take you to a depth of 33 feet at 5 miles per hour with up to 2 hours of use? Its compact size lets you carry it in a backpack to the beach, a gadget that makes you feel like a human dolphin. Converse sneakers have side holes that are not just decorative. They help ventilate the foot and allow alternative lacing styles for a better fit. A classic design with hidden functionality. In South Africa, the Tower of Terror ride drops more than 147 feet straight down. The cart pauses at the top, giving you a full view before falling without warning. It is built inside an old gold mine, adding to the fear factor, a ride that challenges even the bravest visitors. There is something almost no one knows. A couple in Miami has been married for 83 years. Lil Gittens and Eleanor Gittens are 108 and 107 years old. Married since 1942, they hold a Guinness record. Their secret is patience, respect, humor, and forgiveness. A biochip developed in Sweden and Germany accelerates wound healing using electricity. It is placed on the skin and sends impulses that make cells move toward the wound 3 times faster. It is promising for diabetes patients and severe injuries. A smart bandage that helps the body heal faster. There is a hybrid vehicle that drives at 85 miles per hour on roads and flies at 50 miles per hour, reaching 14,760 feet in altitude. You can park it and within minutes be flying above traffic. The sky becomes the fast lane. You will not believe this, but a quadruped robot called Lynx walks, runs, and jumps across a rough terrain like a real animal made of metal. It has sensors to maintain balance even when pushed. It is ideal for rescue missions and inspections in dangerous areas. A machine that moves with animal-like precision. Cats have a superpower called the writing reflex that allows them to twist mid-air and land on their feet. It begins at about 3 weeks of age thanks to their flexible spine and lack of a rigid collarbone. They do not have multiple lives, but their reflexes are extraordinary. The Virtua 300 immersive screens place police officers inside realistic simulations to improve reflexes and decision-making under pressure. Imagine standing in the middle of a virtual robbery with surround sound and changing scenarios. A full immersion experience where you are the main character. Listen to this. The green cardigan worn by Kurt Cobain during the MTV Unplugged 1993 was auctioned for millions of dollars. And with stains and missing buttons, it became a symbol of the grunge movement. The surprising part is that he did not even buy it. It was lent to him for that night. A worn piece of clothing that turned into a cultural treasure. There is an anti-drone gun that does not fire bullets but can disable drones instantly. It jams control signals and forces them to land as if they were trained pets. It is silent, precise, and has a range of about 1 mile. It sounds like a spy movie, but it is real and fully operational technology. Mexico once had several glaciers on its highest volcanoes, but today only 3 remain. Experts estimate they will disappear in less than 5 years due to global warming. They were vital water sources for nearby communities. Each melting glacier is a visible warning of climate change. In Thailand, there is a pool that appears to be filled with blood. The water is not actually red, but the tiles combine red and orange tones, creating a striking visual illusion under sunlight. Many tourists visit just to photograph this unusual effect. A 70-foot catamaran with hydrofoils lifts out of the water and glides as if flying, reaching speeds over 50 knots. It features a glass floor to see the ocean below and a luxury cabin. The future of navigation is faster and more elegant than ever. Wearing a cap daily can damage your hair over 5 years. Sweat and moisture can promote fungi and dandruff. By the 3rd year, the hairline may thin and hair can grow finer. It does not cause baldness by itself, but it accelerates damage. A silent effect that progresses until it becomes noticeable. Coco Chanel grew up in an orphanage where she learned to sew. She removed the corset from women's fashion and created comfortable clothing. In 1921, she launched Chanel No. 5, the most famous fragrance in the world. She turned black into a symbol of power with the little black dress. From abandoned child to eternal fashion icon. This is incredible. There is a cushion filled with tiny airbags that inflate strategically while you sit. It analyzes posture and applies pressure to hips, waist, and neck, like a physiotherapist. A hidden spa inside your chair, working without you noticing. Space Jam started as a Nike commercial in 1992, where Michael Jordan played with Bugs Bunny. The chemistry worked so well that Warner Brothers turned it into a movie in 1996. One proof that a simple commercial can create a cultural legend. The Uvarito forest once covered about 1,480,000 acres of Caribbean pine planted by humans. It became the largest man-made forest plantation in the world. It prevented desertification and provided jobs to entire communities. A powerful example of working with nature. The Swedish artist Alexander Unger creates stop-motion animations with a clay figure that always fails in adorable ways. In each video, it attempts simple tasks and ends in chaos. A reminder that storytelling does not need words. Pay attention. The Guardian XO allows users to lift 200 pounds as if it were nothing. It mirrors natural movement and uses swappable batteries. It is already used in factories and rescue operations. It feels like wearing real-life superpowers. On the Clear Vision is a vehicle that transforms into an aircraft in 3 minutes by deploying wings. It can fly at 620 miles per hour and be parked like a normal car. A dream of flying cars becoming reality. Orthokeratology lenses are worn only during sleep and reshape the cornea overnight. When you wake up, you can see clearly all day without glasses. But sleeping with regular lenses can cause severe infections and permanent vision loss. Technology can improve vision, but misuse can be dangerous. Here comes something wild. A flying bathtub with propellers and electric motors can stay airborne for 15 minutes. It is like a jacuzzi combined with a drone. Not practical, but unforgettable. The Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists created the Doomsday Clock in 1947 with figures like Albert Einstein and J. Robert Oppenheimer. Each year, experts adjust it toward midnight, which represents global catastrophe. In 2026, it was set to 85 seconds, a chilling reminder of global risk. Aviator sunglasses were not created for fashion, but to protect pilots from sunlight above the clouds in the 1930s. Their green lenses reduced glare without distorting colors. They moved from cockpits to everyday style. It sounds like science fiction, but a 110-pound anvil can float on liquid mercury. Mercury is much denser than iron, so the anvil remains on the surface. A simple demonstration that even heavy objects can float. Oh, and the caterpillar known as the dragonhead caterpillar inflates its head and mimics a venomous snake when threatened. It deceives predators with this survival act. It lives in Central and South American jungles and later becomes a harmless moth, a master of disguise in the insect world. The Agori are a group of ascetics who live in cremation grounds, cover themselves in ashes, and use skulls in rituals devoted to Shiva. They believe nothing is impure because everything is divine. A radical path seeking total spiritual liberation. Tanks use tracks because wheels would sink instantly in mud or sand. Each segment creates a temporary solid surface, allowing movement where other vehicles fail. They sacrifice speed to move anywhere. There is a soft robot made of silicone that swims like a stingray without traditional motors. It moves using electrical pulses that vibrate its flexible fins. A step toward robots that imitate life. Virtual reality gloves recreate textures, temperatures, and movement in real time without wires. You can feel whether a virtual object is rough, cold, or soft. A leap from watching to truly experiencing. Have you heard of the Sea Trek helmet diving system that lets you walk on the ocean floor without swimming? You breathe normally and see fish up close, an accessible way to explore the underwater world. Sea anemones look like flowers, but they are predators with tentacles that paralyze fish in seconds. They can live for hundreds of years. Clownfish are immune and live among them. Beautiful but dangerous creatures of the ocean. Scientists in Spain developed technology to touch holograms without gloves. They use ultrasound to create pressure in the air, simulating textures. You can feel invisible buttons and surfaces, a breakthrough that could change how we interact with digital worlds. Listen to this. In Singapore, there is a massive circular waterfall inside a shopping center that also collects rainwater. The water falls in a spiral from the ceiling and flows into an indoor navigable river. Art, function, and sustainability in one spectacular place. A beautiful reminder that true beauty can also be useful and ecological. The Capsula Mundi project aims to turn cemeteries into forests. The body is placed in a biodegradable egg-shaped capsule, and a tree is planted above it. Over time, the body nourishes the roots. Families visit a living tree instead of a cold grave. A poetic vision of death that could change how we say goodbye. There are glasses with artificial intelligence that describe obstacles using sound and vibrations for blind people. It works like a technological sixth sense. Walking through the city becomes freedom instead of a challenge. Technology with real purpose that restores independence and dignity. Here is a powerful fact. Jamón ibérico can cost more than a used car. The pigs feed on acorns, creating fat that melts in your mouth. The curing process lasts from 3 to 5 years. Some breeds are at risk of disappearing. Each slice is a gastronomic treasure built on centuries of tradition. Matt Stutzman was born without arms, but set a Guinness record for the most precise archery shot at 930 feet. At the London 2012 Paralympics, he won silver, and at the Paris 2024 Paralympics, he became champion. A living example of unstoppable determination. In Burundi, a bicycle can mean survival. Many people transport heavy loads of goods across mountains using bikes that weigh more than they do. Without one, there is no income, and without income, no food. Donating a bicycle there can change a life completely. Only about 30 red diamonds exist in the world. Their color comes from an atomic distortion that science cannot replicate. The Musiev red diamond is worth more than $20 million. The mines that produce them are now closed. Each one is an irreplaceable natural wonder. True cinnamon comes from the inner bark of a tree in Sri Lanka, harvested entirely by hand. It is cut carefully and naturally curls into sticks. And this process has been passed down for generations. A tradition preserved through patience and skill. The Bugatti La Voiture Noire was sold for $18 million, making it the most expensive car in the world. It has a 16-cylinder engine and more than 1,000 horsepower. Only one unit was ever built. More than a car, it is a moving work of art. Amazon has already completed its first drone delivery in Europe, landing directly in Italy. The future of shopping may involve receiving packages from the sky before finishing your coffee. A glimpse into the next era of logistics. The ptarmigan became viral because its call sounds like a well-known phrase. It lives in frozen mountains and changes color with the seasons, brown in summer and white in winter. Its call is meant to mark territory, not to entertain humans. A perfect natural camouflage for extreme environments. In Costa Rica, there is a cave filled with carbon dioxide that can kill animals within seconds. The gas has no color or smell and accumulates at the bottom. Remains of birds and mammals have been found inside, a deadly invisible trap hidden in nature. Few people know you share up to 60% of your DNA with a banana. Humans also share 98.7% with chimpanzees and 61% with flies. All life on Earth is connected, a fact that shows the unity of biology. In Texas, there is a massive barbecue event called Texas Open Fire Meetup. Chefs from more than 20 countries cook entire animals over open fire without gas, a celebration of primitive cooking traditions. What gorillas can lift up to 5 times their body weight and have a bite stronger than a lion, yet they rarely attack. They eat about 66 pounds of vegetation per day and spend half their day feeding. That is why they are called gentle giants. A young man in Vietnam built a fully functional electric Batmobile by hand. It has reinforced body panels, hidden cameras, and a real motor inspired by the Dark Knight films. A comic fantasy turned into reality. There are parts of the ocean so deep that humans cannot reach them, only autonomous underwater vehicles. These robots withstand extreme pressure and operate in total darkness, collecting data and making decisions. Exploration continues even where humans cannot go. The place where Jesus was crucified, known as Golgotha, is now inside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. Thousands of pilgrims touch the rock each year, a sacred place filled with centuries of faith. In New Zealand, cabbages can grow up to 88 pounds thanks to rich soil and cold climates. They are edible, but so large they are more of an agricultural curiosity. Nature can exceed expectations when conditions are ideal. As a teenager, Cristiano Ronaldo was diagnosed with tachycardia, which could have ended his career. He underwent surgery and returned to training within days. He did not just defeat opponents, he overcame his own body. Here is a striking fact. Jocks dumbbells can change weight automatically using a screen. They count reps, track time, and estimate calories burned. Fitness meets smart technology. There is a laptop with a screen that physically expands from 14 to 16.7 inches. It slides outward smoothly, creating more visual space without external devices. A device that adapts to your needs. The Dubai Gold Souk has more than 380 jewelry shops filled with gold. It houses the largest gold ring in the world, weighing 141 pounds. Prices can be negotiated directly. A place where gold shines openly in every corner. In Ben Al Madinah, there is the smallest church in the world with just 21 square feet. Weddings have taken place there despite its size, proof that faith does not need large spaces. The first roller coaster was not built for entertainment, but to transport coal in Pennsylvania. In 1846, entrepreneurs turned the idea into a commercial attraction. From industry to thrill ride, there is a flying motorcycle called Bolalona that combines jet propulsion with artificial intelligence. It does not need roads, only open sky. A futuristic vehicle straight out of science fiction. During the Apollo 14 astronaut Alan Shepard played golf on the moon. The low gravity made the ball travel incredible distances. A small swing that became history. The ocean cleanup removed more than 55 million pounds of plastic from the ocean in 2025. Their systems use wind and currents without polluting engines, a real step towards saving the oceans. Scorpions can survive 6 days underwater, live a year on a single meal, and glow under ultraviolet light. They have existed for 400 million years and can withstand extreme radiation, a nearly indestructible design of nature. Airplane oxygen masks do not store oxygen. They generate it through a chemical reaction when activated. It is a portable system that produces air only when needed. A life-saving chemical process. In Tulcan, a self-taught gardener, sculpted more than 300 cypress trees over 40 years. The shapes represent symbols and geometry. If not maintained, they disappear. A living cemetery that requires constant care. Let me introduce you to Eva, a humanoid robot that takes photographs at social and corporate events. It was created by the British company Service Robot, and it can capture images perfectly thanks to a facial recognition system that identifies the most important guests. Eva communicates and offers options through its screen. It also has infrared sensors and virtual mapping that allow it to move around without colliding with obstacles. Clip is a portable motor that can turn a regular bicycle into an electric one in a matter of seconds. It is manufactured by an American company and adds enough power to reach a maximum speed of about 15 miles per hour. It takes about 40 minutes to recharge, and it is as light as a laptop, so it can easily be carried in a backpack. With a sale price of $350, it is a fairly affordable option. Believe it or not, those dinosaurs you see in viral videos are completely real in a way. They are hyper-realistic robotic suits controlled by humans from the inside. They were created by the Japanese company On Art. And the curious thing is that even though people know they are not real dinosaurs, they still react with a lot of fear when they encounter these designs that look like they came straight out of the Jurassic era. The Royal Deluxe Giants are incredible sets of enormous puppets built by a street theater company. They are so realistic and gigantic that up to 30 people are required to operate them. The largest puppet measures about 36 feet in height and weighs several tons. During their first appearance in Leuven, considered the European capital of culture, in the year 2018, 3 giants were present: the dog, the girl, and the diver. A group of scientists and architects from the University of Hong Kong created 3-dimensional tiles to encourage the growth of coral reefs. These pieces measure about 24 inches in diameter and have a wrinkled structure similar to a human brain with cavities designed so coral can take root. Their goal is to save the lives of thousands of marine species that depend on these ecosystems. Scientists are currently evaluating the project in order to expand it on a larger scale. Did you know why the eyes of many animals shine in the dark? It is due to the presence of a layer in the eyeball called the tapetum lucidum. This structure reflects external light, producing that curious glowing effect in their eyes. It can be located in the retina or behind it, and it helps animals such as cats and dogs improve their vision in low light conditions. Now you know why your pet's eyes shine when you take pictures of them with flash. The green aracari is a striking bird native to Venezuela. It lives in forests located at altitudes between 328 and 3,280 feet. The male usually measures about 14 inches in length and weighs between 5 and 7 ounces. The female is usually smaller. Its curved beak measures about 3 inches long, and its colorful plumage makes it one of the most photographed birds in the South American region. An African company based in Cape Town is using insects to produce ice cream as an alternative to milk. G-Man grub uses a mixture of larvae from an insect known as the black soldier fly, which according to experts contains 5 times more protein than dairy products. Among the available flavors are chocolate and peanut butter. Despite their unusual ingredients, these products have been very well received by consumers. The Danjiri Festival is one of the most intense events in Japan. It takes place in Osaka and consists of a parade where different neighborhoods pull a decorated wooden cart filled with people known as a danjiri. Musicians of all ages play drums while the master craftsman stands at the highest point of the float, performing risky acrobatics encouraged by the applause of the crowd. The most popular celebration is the Kishiwada Danjiri Matsuri. Ebo is a small, intelligent robot designed to keep cats entertained for hours. This device studies the layout of the room so it can encourage felines to play without bumping into obstacles. It also learns your cat behavior in order to develop new movements and maintain its interest. When the battery runs low, it automatically returns to its charging station. It also connects to Wi-Fi and can take photos and record videos of pets while they play. The American artist Sean Kenny builds amazing sculptures of animals and plants using only Lego pieces. Even with the help of a team, completing each piece can take up to 9 months. Normally, around 5,000 blocks are used in each project. So far, Kenny and his team have created more than 150 works inspired by nature, and they look absolutely spectacular. The warty pig is one of the rarest pigs in the world. It is a mammal that lives in Visayas in the Philippines, and it is also known as the Visayan warty pig. It has a long crest that distinguishes it from other varieties of pigs. Unfortunately, this unusual animal is in serious danger of extinction because farmers frequently hunt it to protect their crops from the damage it causes. There is a smart cane designed to guide people with visual disabilities. It is called WeWalk, and it was created by the Turkish nonprofit organization Young Guru Academy. Its system uses Google Maps as a reference and connects through Bluetooth to the user phone to activate a voice assistant. It also has special sensors that warn the user with vibrations when obstacles appear along the path. An astrophotographer named Andrew McCarthy managed to capture an impressive photograph of the moon from his own backyard. To obtain this 85-megapixel image, he had to take 24,000 photos during 45 minutes using a special camera. The final result is a combination of the best frames, creating a spectacular image that allows every crater on the lunar surface to be studied in great detail. Look at the incredible balance ability that some people have when stacking objects in impossible ways. To achieve structures like these, it is necessary to consider the center of gravity of each object, also known as the center of mass. It also requires a lot of patience and extremely steady hands. Very few people in the world are capable of performing feats like these that completely challenge what we believe is possible with physics. Fraser Island in Australia is the largest sand island on Earth. It measures about 76 miles long and covers an area of about 629 square miles. It is part of the Great Sandy National Park and has been considered a World Heritage Site by UNESCO since the year 1992. It is mainly inhabited by adorable dingoes, the wild Australian dogs that have made it their home. Did you know that sneaker restoration is considered an art? In a shop in Miami, the repair of a valuable pair of Air Jordan shoes was carried out. This type of footwear tends to increase in value the older it becomes. The sneakers in question were original Air Jordan 1 Chicago from the year 1985, an extremely rare edition that has been sold for more than $1 million. Watching their restoration process is very satisfying. A house was printed in 3 dimensions using fully recyclable materials. It was designed by the studio Mario Cucinella Architects and built by the Italian company Wasp. The project is called Tekla, and it consists of futuristic dome-shaped homes created with printers that mechanically place layers of clay. The most remarkable aspect of this method is that it produces almost no waste during construction. Ford created an unusual shopping cart with intelligent brakes. The small vehicle has sensors that detect when it is about to collide with an object, and it automatically stops. Although it was created mainly for advertising purposes, the invention seems to fascinate everyone. It is especially useful for preventing the small accidents that children often cause when playing with shopping carts in supermarkets. Did you know that banknotes have special patterns that prevent them from being reproduced by photocopiers? It is a security system built into paper currency to prevent counterfeiting. Printers recognize these patterns and automatically modify the design. Some programs, such as Photoshop, even detect images of banknotes and do not allow them to be edited or printed. It is a very clever system designed to combat financial fraud. The first diet soda in history was invented in the year 1952 by Hyman and Morris Kirsch, a father and son who were Russian immigrants in the United States. Their brand was called No Cal Soda, and the first flavor they released was ginger ale. It was originally intended for patients with diabetes and cardiovascular problems. Because it became successful, they created more flavors and inspired other brands to produce their own sugar-free versions. The Neuro R1 is an unusual autonomous vehicle that carries your grocery bags to the door of your home. This smart vehicle can carry up to 12 full bags and transport them to any address at a speed of about 25 miles per hour. It has 12 cameras with 360-degree vision that record all its movements until it reaches its destination. It is a technological solution that promises to make shopping much easier. Believe it or not, cats and dogs can also develop acne. In these animals, it is an inflammation of the hair follicle caused by bacteria or an excess of oil on the skin. These pimples can appear on the chin, the lips, the base of the tail, or the eyelids. In dogs, it usually appears only between 5 and 8 months of age, while in cats, it can become a recurring condition. A dog in the United States inherited $5 million. The businessman Bill Doris left in his final will that all of his money should be used for the well-being of his dog, Lulu, an 8-year-old border collie. The funds were placed in a trust so that the animal new caretaker could easily cover its needs. Many people questioned whether it is really possible to spend $5 million on a single dog. The artificial intelligence called Gahaku can transform a photographic portrait into a Renaissance-style painting in a matter of seconds. It was created by Sato, a Japanese programmer. The system only requires the user to upload an image which is then transformed into a classical-looking artwork. It is a digital tool that demonstrates how technology can merge with art in a surprising and accessible way. Did you know that there is a variant of chess that combines classical rules with principles of quantum mechanics? It is called quantum chess, a game that makes traditional chess even more complex. In this version, the concept of check does not exist because pieces can split and move in superposition. This means they can occupy 2 squares at the same time and only define their position when they are attacked, following the principle of Schrödinger cat. This backpack can transform into a protective bullet-resistant vest in a matter of seconds. It was created by the Israeli company Mazada Armor, and it is made with ballistic material. It has a pair of straps that allow the backpack to quickly slide into position and become a protective vest. The product quickly increased its sales in some countries where personal safety is a constant concern. The first airport for flying cars in the world is called Air One, and it was built in the British city of Coventry by the company Urban Airport together with Hyundai Motor. It is designed with the infrastructure and technology needed to support flying vehicles that began operating in the year 2022. It positions itself as a pioneer of the more than 200 electric vertical takeoff and landing ports that are expected to be built around the world. There are already bicycle wheels made with technology that NASA originally developed to explore the Moon and Mars. They are called metal, and their patented low design takes advantage of the unique properties of shaped memory metals. They can expand, compress, or bend at high speed and still recover 100% of their original shape. Because of these properties, they do not need to be inflated, and they also cannot be punctured. The end of flat tires. The ghost bird is one of the strangest creatures on our planet. It measures between 16 and 20 inches in length and weighs between 7 and 9 ounces. What attracts the most attention is its unusual appearance, especially its bulging yellow eyes, which sometimes appear orange. These shine in the dark like 2 lamps turned on. Its plumage combines shades of brown and gray that allow it to blend perfectly into nature. That subway train you see passing through a residential building in China is completely real. Normally, a station like this would have been built on top of the mountain that surrounds the housing blocks, but that would have been much more expensive and would have taken more time. For that reason, engineers came up with the unconventional idea of running the train directly through the building, a creative solution that seems taken from a science fiction movie. Blue tomatoes are a variety cultivated specifically to produce high levels of anthocyanins, the pigments responsible for their unusual color. This slightly alters their flavor, making them a bit more acidic, but it also makes them more resistant to diseases. The blue or purple tone is not only on the outside but can also be seen in the flesh of the fruit, a food that is as nutritious as it is visually surprising. Meet the sarcastic fringehead, one of the most terrifying animals on the ocean floor. It is a species from the Pacific Ocean with a rather frightening appearance, known for the look created by its lateral folds and the threatening way it opens its mouth. The most interesting thing is that to dominate its territory, it performs a fight similar to a kiss where the individual with the larger mouth wins the battle. Definitely some very strange fights. The southern elephant seal is one of the most impressive mammals in the animal kingdom. It can reach about 14 feet in length and weigh up to 8,800 pounds. Its name comes from its enormous size and from the presence in the adult male of a proboscis that hangs over its mouth and can inflate in an impressive way. Seeing it next to a human gives a very clear idea of how enormous this marine creature really is. A motorized attachment can turn a wheelchair into an all-terrain vehicle capable of moving through snow, gravel, grass, and sand. It adapts to different models without complex installation. Freedom on wheels for those who need it most. And with this, we reach the end of this video. Like, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on notifications so you do not miss any more fascinating facts. Share this with someone who loves learning new things. See you in the next video.